Richard here at day 4 of Power Tour. We're in Sparta, Kentucky, home of the Kentucky Waterfall, if you know what I mean. And we're here in the parking lot. You can kind of follow me around 360. Got flip-flops on today, a little different. Richard, not as fast, but still pretty agile, you know. You can see all the cars. We're going to check some cars. Hey, hold on now. I'm the star of this goddamn show. We're going to check out some cars, talk to some people. Texas Street Cars have been sponsoring me. I got their koozie, their shirt for quick deployment. They pay me monthly in cold Miller Lite and also in comp cams. They've been giving me used cams, and you don't want to know what I do with them. This year we give you a quick overview of the cars we bought. We have a 1996 Chevrolet Tahoe, because that's cool, right? Two-door Tahoe at least. Lowered, it's got a 8.7 drop on it, 8 in the front, 7 in the back, something like that. We're gonna put hydraulics on it. We also brought a Mercury Marauder. For those that don't know what Marauder means, it means raider. It takes over stuff. It's been taking over the whole Power Tour. Look at that trunk. You can put 3 women in there. I'm not talking about little women either. I'm talking about big ones. You can get them all in there, close the trunk. They get out sometime because that damn little, come look at this. Why would they do this, you know? Richard orders a car from Mercury. Apparently they went out of business. And they put this in here so the big girls can just get right out. Look at that, zoom in. It even shows a moderately sized woman right there getting out, but the ones that get out of my trunk are a little bigger than that little graphic there. But anyways, we brought the Marauder. We packed it down with 207 Miller Lights. That's it, it's all I've drank. I feel pretty dehydrated, but day 4, probably have liver poison or kidney or something, but we're gonna walk around, look at some Chevelles, El Caminos, probably a Honda Civic. They're literally a Honda Civic, right over there. Yep. Well, Richard's here in the parking lot. Richard always tells you on Power Tour, the event, it is what it is. The parking lot is where it's at. It's where I was born, in a parking lot of Motel 8. There's a Motel 8 over there. We'll go there in a little bit. But we found a beauty here, a black beauty. 1971 Chevrolet Chevelle Malibu, big block. This is Nick. This is Nick's car. Nick, Richard, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We'll let him tell you a little bit about it. Nick, give us a quick rundown. It is a Chevrolet.
It is. So it's got a 502 big block, fuel injected. It's got a electronically shifted 4L80E transmission, 12-bolt rear end with a 373 positive rear end. Runs, drives great. Got about 1,500 miles on it so far this week, and it's been running flawlessly. So.
And Nick, where are you from? Where'd you drive from?
I am just north of Detroit in Michigan. So the first day we had a 12-hour drive down to Concord, North Carolina. And,
good drive. Good drive.
We enjoyed the rain, not as much as you guys, but we did.
You got windshield wipers?
I do, and my girlfriend laughs at them all the time because they're 1972 brand.
And that brings up a good point. Chevrolet's not real good at designing cars, let alone windshield wipers. In the 70s, you might as well have taken them off, and you know, rain exit is what a lot of guys do. But zoom over here and look at this, camera guy. This is, you know, Richard loves his big blocks like he likes his big women. This is a real big block. This is an LS disguised like we got tricked last year. This is 502 cubic inches of Chevrolet Fury. Maybe an Oldsmobile. We can't tell until we pull the valve covers off. Oldsmobile uses a different roller rocker or something. Is it cammed?
It is not. It is a crate motor.
They put a different cam in though, right? A little hopped up cam?
Yes.
It's cammed for your pleasure. You heard that here. That's Richard's new phrase. I just thought of it. It's good. It's cammed for your pleasure. How much power are we thinking, Nick?
It is advertised at 502 horsepower.
Yeah, but once you get it in a Chevelle, it bumps 60, 70 horsepower. So about 780 is what we dynoed at when Richard wrote in there earlier. But we couldn't show that video because, you know, legal reasons. Nick did go to prison, and I've been to prison. You don't want to go there. So we're going to give Nick a little Texas Street Car koozie. He's a pretty cool guy. He's got a really cool car. So appreciate you, Nick. Good to see you. Be safe on the rest of the tour.
You too.
Low light Richard shooting here. You ready?
Yep.
God damn it, El Camino just attacked somebody. That happens. They're wild as shit. Anyways, one thing Richard's learned on Power Tour is a quick change beer speed load. Watch this, boys. And he's right back in the game. What was your name again?
Raymond.
Raymond.
Or Ray.
Yeah.
What year?
69.
Best year. Are you already videoing?
Yes.
All right, Richard's here with Raymond. Richard and Raymond, the 2 R's, R&R is what they always say. And he has a 1969 Plymouth Barracuda here. As you can see, they're lifting the hood off. That happens on race cars most of the time. The hinges weigh you down. I don't really understand it, but you take the hood off, that way you can get to all the components. So he's gonna work on it a little bit and he's gonna fire it up for us, so stay tuned, kids.
Before we came, and well, we needed new rubber anyhow on the back. Bumpers on
I
it.
took the drag radials off when I saw
So,
the weather
burnout
report for
smell.
when it's supposed to be this week.
I think the burnout smell a little fruity myself.
Fruity burnout.
Yeah, you don't like the way these
I
stuff
think
smell.
Them
I
them Cooper
believe
Cobras
it
are
smells
made in-
like fruity rubber.
Yeah. Well,
But we'll see. Woo. They got a little squeal.
Well,
Not bad.
it's old, you know, it's like it's one of these things. You got this thing they call a carburetor on it.
yeah, that's like a cereal bowl thing.
Yeah, you know, and these guys are
Yeah.
feeling jet, you know, he's telling me.
In there.
But you got to crank to get them carburetors to work. That's, well, maybe don't know what you're doing with them.
I don't hear it squealing, man.
Well, it's flat now. Yeah, it hasn't changed too bad, too. That's carburetor.
I don't hear no squeal, Ray. You want to put it back on?
It's got that lag. I'm closing in a burnout. I got to put the hood back on.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, so again, Richard's in the parking lot. We're at the Super 8 now. I was born in a Super 8, like we talked about earlier. But we're here with Ray. We've met a lot of people at Power Tour, but we have not met Ray, and we have been missing out. Ray has a 1969 Plymouth Barracuda, and we all know what the Barracuda is, the slickest fish in the ocean. Well, this does not disappoint. Ray, tell us a little bit about your Barracuda. The fans set on like pants removal, man. Woo. So tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I paid $300 for it. I
That's
bought it
American, not Canadian.
yeah, back in 1981 from some high school kids. That day was building a drag car. They had a 318 in it. And the fun thing we did with it when I first got it, the rings were so bad and the valves were so bad that whenever we had a Jap car behind us, I would open
That's
up.
Japanese. I got you, Ray.
Yeah.
That's Japanese car. We
Yeah,
don't do that.
it had a 620 ABS. That's a carburetor.
Yep. So okay, the rings
Yeah.
are bad, and what do we do?
Well, there'd be a Mitsubishi or well, at that time it was Datsuns and and stuff.
Right.
But anyways, there'd be one of them, a Honda Datsun behind me.
Yeah.
And the exhaust actually went out the back of it at that time and not by the wheels like it does now. But I would floor it. The 4-barrel would open up
Our rings would open up.
and the smoke would come out and all the cars, everything behind me disappeared in this blue cloud. And it wasn't from the tires.
It was from oil. Little fun fact: Ray cured most of the mosquito problems in the state of Michigan. He gets
Oh,
credit
yeah,
for
yeah.
that. If you look up on
In our
Wikipedia,
neighborhood.
Ray
There
the
we go.
Badass is what I've named him. Ray the Badass. He killed most of the mosquitoes. So we fixed the rings, and what motor do we have now?
Right now I got the block I bought. I called a couple friends. I called one friend and he found a 340 block. He found 360. No, he said a 360 crank, but I know better than that now. But he got me a Ford's crank, and we bought new pistons and rods, and he come up with a set of 202 Chrysler small block heads for it, and we put that in a performer intake on it, and I kept the little 620 ABS on there until I eventually bought a small Holly.
What are we looking at carb size now?
Right now I have a 850, well it's 850 dry, 750 wet, BLP made and custom made for the motor and car in Orlando.
I got a girlfriend at 750 wet, 850 dry. So that I know what you're saying, Ray. The point is, me and Ray talked before we started filming this. Ray's a carburetor guy, and if you know anything about Richard, Whiskey, that's me. He loves carburetors. Y'all have seen me remote tune a carburetor with that cable I had back in that Camaro that we supposedly stolen. But Ray loves carburetors. I've watched this thing drag race. It is no joke. You know, all these fuel injected guys, all this stuff. You come to Ray, he started this from outside the car with a stick. He threw it at the key and it started. Carburetor. Like that.
Yeah, it's like that electronic button thing, you gotta have the fob. I
So
don't need the
those that
fob.
think they can't do Power Tour with a carburetor, you probably come talk to Ray the Badass. He'll cure your mosquito problem, and he'll save your Barracuda, and he might take your girlfriend. I don't know, but he probably will
All
take your
depends
girlfriend.
on it's wet or dry. I tell ya, my wife and I painted this car in our driveway.
That's
your
me.
house.
And the house.
Debbie's his wife. We'll just pause it. Debbie, his wife. There's one person more badass than Ray, and it's probably Debbie. When I walked up, Debbie was driving El Camino. It wasn't even hers.
right
She's just
there.
driving it around. So,
It's theirs. I just
so
re-
Ray and Debbie
I just brought it from the racetrack.
brought it like Richard brings cars. I did
Yeah,
not
yeah.
see that Monte Carlo. So Ray and Debbie painted their house. We've all seen the new Dodge Demon, and we got the air grabber. Ray has the original air grabber here with the Mopar logo on it. If you'll come over here, this is clearly just only a Mopar logo on the hood, right, Ray? Or am I missing something?
Well, I was informed by this badass blues player, another person from Orlando, like the carburetor.
The carburetor's from Orlando?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yes,
BLP,
it is.
custom makes
BLP.
carburetor.
I thought the carburetor came from George Washington.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'm mistaken.
Oh, it was some European asshole that came
No,
up with it.
no. Cut. We ain't giving the Europeans shit credit.
Stop!
It's Mr. Venturi. It's Mr.
Yeah.
Venturi.
That's the air that blows through the carburetor. I know what that is. The Venturi effect is when your air gets near a Mopar, it's sucked into an air grabber. Through the Venturi effect, speeds it up, speed of sound, light, we don't know. Nobody can measure it.
Yeah.
Ray can probably measure it. Shit, I don't
Yeah.
know.
But,
So,
you know, talking about fast things, you know, this guitar player of mine, buddy, he rips. He's faster than me on the harmonica. But anyways, he pointed
do
out
you
to
have
me-
a harmonica with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We're just gonna do harmonica stuff for the rest of the video.
Yeah, lots of them.
All right.
Right.
Probably 50
We
of
gotta
them.
finish telling you what this is. Come over
Ray
here.
has
You
a
gotta come
harmonica
over here
in
to the
his
right
pocket, so right this way.
side. And Jeff, my friend, pointed this out.
Yeah.
See, this isn't an M for
You gotta come over
Mopar.
here, cameraman. You're looking at the M. If you come over here,
Come over here.
real low.
Come over
like
here.
me.
Come over here.
It's no longer an
And
M.
you see what this is?
It's Epiphone.
Epiphone
There you go.
guitar.
Cameraman
Yeah, yeah.
talk too. That's
Man, I didn't know that, and it was like,
well, I'm gonna live with Ray now, so Ray will close us out with this harmonica
Yeah.
song. He's my new best friend. We were separated at birth, probably. Maybe my dad. I don't know yet. I never met my dad. So we're gonna do a burnout, Ray.
yeah, we will. We'll do one of them.
Good luck, cameraman. You might die. Richard's still here with Ray. Probably be here the rest of my life. But anyways, Ray's gonna do a burnout in the Barracuda. Burnout Barracuda. Ray the badass. Whenever you're ready, Ray.